members of the Indian diaspora. This was shortly after he landed in Johannesburg in South Africa, approximately 10 minutes ago. And as is customary on perhaps every foreign visit on the part of the Prime Minister, he makes it a point to interact with members of the Indian community living overseas. And what's very interesting, Rishabh, just to mention this to our audience as well, South Africa has the largest Indian diaspora community in the world, numbering almost 3 million people.
Well, definitely. See, Indians in South Africa have been very influential for that matter. There have been times that Indian businessmen, Indian origin businessmen for that matter, have been very active in the politics as well. So we'll have to see how things unfold. Remember, India-US relationship for that matter is very much influenced by the Indian diaspora there. And similarly, India-South Africa relationship, the bilateral relationship that India-South Africa share is heavily dependent on the Indian diaspora. And as you mentioned, 3 million strong Indian diaspora who are in South Africa, be it their government jobs, be it their infrastructure sector, be it their food sector, be it their energy sector, Indians are involved there in all sphere of life. And that is something that that has been which has been the point, the focal point of India-South Africa relationship. Remember, historically also,
yes,
coming in from the days of Mahatma Gandhi till now, India and South Africa have shared a very cordial relation. The
yes,
first country that started the cricket relationship with South Africa after the apartheid was abolished in South Africa back in 1992 was India. India
yes,
was the first foreign team to visit South Africa after abolition of apartheid back in 90s, and since then we have seen India-South Africa relationship going up in an upward trend. India has bestowed the Bharat Ratna on Nelson Mandela as well, who is one of the most respectable South African individual. So the India-South Africa relationship is something which is very strong.
And of course, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, of course, has invoked Mahatma Gandhi on several occasions in the past, his struggle for equality. And like you rightly mentioned, Rishabh, India-South Africa ties actually go back a very long way, because India, of course, led the campaign against apartheid. But once the apartheid regime was going to be dismantled, India actually was at the forefront of reinstating South Africa and readmitting them into international sport. And that actually began with an invitation that we extended to the South African cricket team to visit India in 1991-92, and then we reciprocated by sending a team to South Africa just a year later. So very close ties between the two countries spanning several decades now, Rishabh. As far as Brics is concerned, now Prime Minister Modi has emphasized the importance of the leadership of the Global South, how the Global South actually reaches out to India to ensure that its concerns are given a voice on global platforms. How does he plan to take that agenda ahead at Brics?
Well, definitely, there is a Brics, Africa Development Forum meeting as well day after tomorrow, where the Prime Minister would be participating. And remember, the Global South has been something that India has been advocating for. African Union, for that matter, under its presidency at G20, Indian Prime Minister has spoken to his counterparts, be it US President Joe Biden, be it Russian President Vladimir Putin, or be it Chinese President Xi Jinping. He has written to almost all the member states that, like European Union, African Union should also be given a full-time membership for G20. India has been a vocal supporter of development in Africa, and India has, for that matter, been part of the whole development process in Africa. Remember, just 2 months ago, when External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar was in Tanzania, first overseas campus of Indian Institute of Technology was opened in Tanzania. Similarly, there are other institutions of eminence from
yes,
India that are going abroad, and specifically in Africa.
Right, Rishabh.
So
be it education, thanks for filling us in with all those details. And his official engagements will begin very soon. He's arrived, he's interacted with members of the Indian diaspora, and the BRICS summit will soon be underway. We'll slip into a short break. We'll come back with a lot more on the other side. Stay tuned.